I already recorded this message, but I want to do it on my phone. Let me do it this way. Oh, it looks so scrumptious. Okay. Okay. So, basically, what I wanted to share was I'm doing a Bible study right now, and I'm watching a video recorded by Jesus This, Jesus That. I'm doing the Bible study, and so it's in Numbers. She focused on Numbers 13 and Numbers 14, and it's about Moses. And basically, God gave a word to Moses, and I should actually, because my message that I want to share is based on when I was reading the word like a few months back, I think, like beginning of the year, and I'm not quite too sure about the verses, but I know it's a story in the Bible. I should probably check before I post this or anything, just in case people have questions. But so this Numbers 13, Numbers 14. So God tells Moses, right? God tells Moses that the land of Canaan, am I butchering it? But there's a promised land, right? Promised land because God says that it is theirs, right? And then he tells Moses to send people to go spy, to basically get information on the land and the people that are on that land, in the land, right? Okay, cool. So that's not my message. My message is, like, I remember reading the part where God had appointed Moses, and then Moses didn't want to answer, and he was like, no, I don't have. He was just naming things that would make him unable to serve his purpose or to answer this calling. And God was like, okay, I'll bring you an accomplice. And then God brought someone, I forgot his name, brought someone to help him and everything. And I remember reading the story, and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm reading, so this person's meant to help Moses and basically fill in where he fell short. And then, like, as I'm reading, I'm like, no, but this person can do everything that Moses does. I think it was one thing that he couldn't do, which was the rod thing, the snake thing, where like he would throw the rod and then it turned into a snake. But I think everything else, the guy that God sent to accompany Moses, he could do. And then I remember asking a friend of mine at the time, so why is Moses there? Because this guy can do everything that Moses can do. And then he was like, no, he can't. And I'm like, yeah. He said like God doesn't speak to him, the person that he sent directly. But like, no, he does. And then I showed him the verse, and he's like, oh, then I don't know. But then I think it was just one thing that he couldn't do, which was the rod and the snake thing. Cool. So my message is, or how I perceive that is, God doesn't need you. He doesn't need you. Like, if you decide that you don't want to fulfill your purpose, if you don't want to serve your purpose in his kingdom, it's okay. You are just a vessel at the end of the day. He doesn't need you specifically. Yes, you are anointed, you're called and everything, but he doesn't need you. God is the creator of the universe. Like, he is the King of Kings, the Lord of hosts. He doesn't need you. If you decide that you don't want to do A, B, and C, that's cool. He will send somebody else that will fulfill it exactly how he ordains for it to be fulfilled. He doesn't need you specifically. That's a word for me. I just got like, I felt called out as I'm reading this, and then I thought about Moses. I'm like, I remember the time I read about Moses, and I'm like, oh damn. Either way, that's why. And I'm sick. That's why I sound like I have shortness of breath. My nose is blocked. I probably sound like Moses right now. But yeah, my message of what the epiphany that came to me, and I don't want to say I could be wrong because I specifically remember reading this and having this conversation with someone, but I should probably back it up with scripture and go look into the exact verse in that book I was reading when this happened, so I can refer to it if like people ask me. But essentially, God doesn't need you. You are not that important. It actually says that in the Bible. We're not that important. We're not that important. really aren't. Like this, you are just a vessel at the end of the day. Okay, good night. I'm actually sitting against the sun, the light. I can still see my shirt underneath. I'm just getting tired of holding this thing. Wait, hold on. Let me put my pen down. I don't know if I'm gonna post this. I'm very shy, but so